Right, welcome to a flashback cup game. This is going to be the first, the second semifinals game. It looks like the other one was already played. So the winner of this game will play against Kingsley for the finals. This one is going to be Handsome Dan playing Lion versus Travis playing Dragon. It's been a while since I streamed an L5R game, I feel like. Ooh, interesting. Dan is running Assassinate, right? Yeah, he does have two. So Travis plays a Solemn Scholar with 2 Fate here. I guess that's the right play, like, regardless of whether he has the Assassinate or not, right? Like, you're either going to get him to spend it, or you're going to get this Solemn Scholar that's going to last a while. So we could see the Solemn Scholar attack Political Earth, since Travis is the first player, and that... Ooh, he goes Military Earth. Not 100% sure why he didn't go political. I guess he can favorable ground home here. A potential answer for this would be Miyamoto's Fury. That would bow him before he got the chance to move home. Of course, he could then have a conflict character. We do see a defense. Yeah, so I guess this just forces him to defend. Ooh, he's going to charge. Okay, so that's what the military was for. He could even now move the Solemn Scholar home. Okay, we do see a Miyamoto's Fury. That's going to bow Tsukune. And now a Bonsai on the Solemn Scholar. Going to go twice on that. So even though Tsukune got bowed from the Fury there, getting the charge on her does still mean that he'll get to use her ability at the end of the turn. So Dan will have to look at what rings are left now. We do see a Bonsai on the Berserker and an Assassinate. Wow, so saving that Assassinate until after he spends the Bonsai, and now this way he's going to get the break. Let's see if Dan was saving one as well. The only other thing he could have is like another Fury or a conflict character, I guess. This is also going to break the Spirit Caller, so she'll get discarded. Yep. Discards a 4-shame with the Earth Ring. And now that he has the Earth Ring, Handsome Dan won't really be able to attack unless he has 2 conflict characters. So yeah, it looks like we're just going to see passes. And since only 1 ring got claimed there, now Tsukune can just pick whatever the best 2 rings left are, which I guess is Fire and Air, right? Not really the best thing in the world, but still, it's a free honor and a free honor. Oh, yeah. His character gets honored and he gets to steal an honor. So we have 0 Fate honored Solemn Scholar to nothing. Both players at 11 Fate. Wow. I think he means Mystic. Should have discarded Mystic, which I would agree with. Travis, unfortunately, finding just a couple more holdings here, so 2 favorable grounds, an Imperial Storehouse, and a Mystic. Yeah, that is what he meant. I mean, the Mystic could have found, like, another holding. So, but yeah, either way, this feels kind of bad. Lion doesn't really have a whole lot to play here. He's probably just going to play a Spirit Caller with some Fate. And then Like, you could play Bayona for stats here, but not getting to use her ability is a little bit unfortunate. He's just going to play the Mystic, so I think that means he's not going to play her. So the Spirit Caller here can pull back the other Spirit Caller and put her back in the Dynasty deck. That's always nice. And then the only other thing to get there is that Berserker. Let's see, he's going for the Water Ring. It seems good. Yeah, I think you go political here. Yeah. Ooh, and he finds Meditations. That's pretty lucky, actually. So Travis is forced to defend this now, or he's just going to get bowed anyway. And then Dan can just let him have the ring, because he doesn't really care about that. That plays around display of power as well, because he wasn't going to display a power at Water Ring, so he had to just defend. I mean, he could have, but it wouldn't be the best use of that card. Travis could have a conflict character here. Using a conflict character to get the Earth Ring? No, he's past his conflict, so I guess he doesn't. What's in his deck? 2 Ishikin Initiates and 2 Seeker of Knowledge. Yeah, Phoenix didn't really have the best conflict characters in core. So now Dan can attack military with the Spirit Caller. Let's see what ring he wants. He wants the Earth Ring. Yeah, that seems understandable. I think that's the best ring on the board. And we'll see what province he finds. He doesn't want to go at Meditations, obviously. Ooh, he finds Rally to the Cause. So, I mean, that's fine. Travis switches the conflict type. I might have actually... Well, no. If you keep it on military, he could have military pumps to break it. So I guess switching it to political is good, because now... the only way to get the break here would be to play an Ornate Fan, and you don't really want to play buffs on a Spirit Caller. I guess you could court games also, so you could... Oh, okay, nice. We see Miyamoto's Fury. So that's going to bow her before she has the chance to bring... Nope, never mind. We have a ready for battle. And he passes, okay. I don't see why you wouldn't just get the other Spirit Caller, right? Okay, we see the move in. So going to prevent the honor loss, but the Earth Ring... Oh, and against the waves, actually. So he is going to fight for this ring here. If he uses the Stronghold now, he will be at 4 skill. Yep, there it is. And Dan can't really do a whole lot about that. Unless he has, like, a court games, maybe. But if he had a court games, I think he would have played it. I feel like you should still get the other Spirit Caller back in your deck. Like, I don't think there's really any reason not to do that while you have the opportunity. Because, like, there's nothing else you're going to do this turn, right? Oh, wow, we see a Master of the Spear. Okay. Why do you favorable ground? Oh, it was breaking. Okay, sure. So he would have just passed and taken the break, so he moves home. Fortunately, the Phoenix Stronghold lasts for the whole turn, so he will still have this 4/4 Solemn Scholar here to get another ring with. I still think it was a mistake not to put that Spirit Color back in the deck for free, but I don't know. Ooh, and he finds Shameful here. Yeah, biggest brain for sure. Just gonna get a free break on that. Yeah, the double favorable turned out being pretty good actually there. Void Ring is going to take a fate off of the Spirit Collar. I guess it doesn't really... I keep talking about putting the other Spirit Collar back in the deck. I guess it doesn't matter because you can just chain them anyway. So I should stop saying that probably, but yeah. The Display of Power discarded a charge as well, which is pretty good. But he could have another one here for this Toturi. We see Adept of the Waves, 2 Yojimbos here. Those probably aren't going to be too useful. Like, do you just play a big Tsukune here? The Lion deck has obviously no Cloud the Mines, since there aren't really a lot of Shugenja in that deck. And there wouldn't be any other let go targets anyway. Like, I can see just playing a really big Tsukune, honestly. I don't think anything too bad will happen to her. Yojimbo stops Assassinate. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he could still play one of those, I guess. I don't know if he will, though. I feel like he probably won't. Like, if he really wants to assassinate an Adept of the Waves, then can probably just go ahead and do that. The one thing you're really worried about here, I think, is... So, fortunately, Lion is second player this turn. If Lion were first player, that would be kind of scary, because he could do like a charge Toturi into double firing for greater glory, a bunch of stuff like that. But since he is second player, that means Travis will get the first attack opportunity, and I have to imagine he'll be taking that firing. It has 2 fate, and getting the firing effect is like pretty huge on this board. Like, if you can just honor Tsukune and then... I'm wondering if you just defend with her. Defending with her might be scary. He does have that Fallen in Battle. Plus he can turn off... He can turn off Fury on Toturi by attacking a face-down province here. We'll have to see what happens. Alright, see you later, Evan. So we see Tsukune actually attacking Political Fire here. So I'm assuming he has a court games to honor her, but that means Dan can just trade with his own court games? Let's see, Manicured Garden. We see a Spirit Color Defend here, okay. It's going to bring the other Spirit Color in. Sure. There's a Seeker of Knowledge, so Court Games for Dan is now turned off unless he assassinates, because he can just dishonor the other character. There's a Court Games to honor Tsukune. So yeah, I guess the Seeker of Knowledge play was just to deny the counter Court Games, but I think, like, if Dan was going to play a Court Games, he would have just played it as first action, I think. So, conflict ends, Adept of the Waves gets honored. Phoenix has a lot of honored characters now, which is pretty scary with that stronghold. Of course, Lion does have this Master of the Spear, can send somebody home. But the only ring with fate on it is the air ring, so if Lion wants to get that fate, that's what he will have to attack. What he'd really like to do, though, is attack Earth and get those Keeper Initiates. Phoenix also broke Manicured Garden, so that means no Toturi to charge. But again, I think he should be able to win any military conflict with what he has here. He can just Spirit Color Toturi now. So yeah, we see Master of the Spear. Okay, he's actually going to go Political Error here. Yeah, now he can Spirit Color the Toturi. For sure. We see Shameful Display. Not really what Travis wanted him to attack, probably. And we do see no defense. It's not breaking yet. But he could easily have a fan. Or a Court Games, maybe. We'll see. What Handsome Dan is risking here, though, is leaving some pretty impactful rings on the board. Like, if he doesn't... He basically needs to take Void off the table, I think. Like, Travis can just attack Earth next. And then he needs to go Void, maybe? Or he could go Water. I don't know. We'll see what he does. So that's not going to be the break. That is going to be the air ring, though. Oh, he's going to cloud the Spirit Collar. Okay, that's strong. Yeah, don't know how Dan survives against this Phoenix board. Yeah, I think Phoenix is in definitely a pretty strong position here. We do see the Water Ring covering the Gunso. Looks like there was a let go there against the waves, ready for battle. So he's going to go at that Stronghold, Ancestral Lands. He's actually threatening the break here with the box. So Dan will probably have to spend that Spirit Collar here. And then if he doesn't win the conflict, he can just bow this Gunso. And that would actually be like really terrible for Dan because then Sukune gets Earth and Void. Yeah, it's really tough. Lion just didn't get the high roll that he really needed this game, I guess. So yeah, there's the Spirit Collar. We see a charge on the Yojimbo. A Way of the Lion could work here. He's got to have some kind of military buff, right? Like, there are enough cards in his deck that having drawn this many cards, I feel like he should have one. Ooh, and we see a pass from Dan. Travis would need 5 more skill to break this, which I don't think is going to happen, probably. I think instead of bowing the Gunso, he will just... No, he will bow the Gunso, because that forces him to have a conflict character. And then you could still, even if you have a Miyamoto's Fury, you could still make the ring go back so that you get it. Because if he stands Sukune, then Dan will be able to take one of those rings off the table. We see a bonsai. Okay. Not enough for the break yet. Oh, he has the box still. I mean, Dan's gotta have something, right? Okay, can just pass, make him spin the box. That seems good. Okay, so let's see. He has a fine katana, okay. There's a let go though, uh-oh. Has he really only seen... He has 3 Way of the Lion and 3 bonsai. And he's only played 1 bonsai. Okay, he does have a Way of the Lion, nice. Question mark? Is he gonna storm? So these are +3 storms now. He's winning by 2. He would need 2 storms. And that would lose to a single Way of the Lion from Dan. Or even a bonsai, I guess, unless he has the 3rd storm. Oh, he wanted the courtier trait. He plays a Force Shame and another Force Shame to bow. Wow, so I think that will be the game. That is unfortunate for Dan. Yeah. That's gonna do it. Alright, so Travis wins. He will be moving on to the semifinals. We see a Vengeful Oathkeeper. Or not, this was the semifinals. He'll be moving on to the finals, where he will play against Kingsley. So that should be interesting. It's going to be Dragon versus Phoenix. We'll see how that goes when they schedule it. All 3 4 shames, yeah, so even the third ready for battle wouldn't have saved him there. Unfortunate. Alright, so that's going to do it for this game. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.